This anime is the true definition of the Hunger Games. What up y'all, it's the Black Critic Guy, and today I'm here to review the anime Bento! And I gotta say, this anime was a true treat. I enjoyed every second of it. So the basic premise of Bento is it follows this kid by the name of Saito who goes into a supermarket one day when he's really hungry and noticed that the bentos were all half off, so he's like, yes, treat! So he runs to get it, and the next thing you know, he blacks out and he finds himself lying on the floor knocked out, and he's like, what just happened? He later finds out that the reason he blacked out was because once the bentos go half off, people start to literally brawl in order to obtain a bento for themselves. Upon discovering this, he decides to jump into the fray as well to duel for the right to get a bento. And that's where the story of Bento begins. Now, I was recommended to watch this anime by one of my subscribers, 54J, and like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed this anime. It was a blast throughout. The action scenes were so intense, it was just a blast. It was fun. And then mentioning that leads to my first pro of this anime. The action scenes and animation is superb. I mean, you could literally see the action happening. And when they brawl, man, do they brawl. I mean, they go all out. And there's no chivalry in this world. You can fight anybody. It'd be a guy, a girl, maybe little kids or elderly. If they are reaching for a bento and they're in your way, they are fair game for you to fight. And I really just enjoyed the concept of this anime. Literally, people fighting for the right to eat bentos. When I first saw the title, Bento, I was thinking, oh, so it's gonna be like a slice of life comedy where they just sit around, talk about their life and eat bentos, right? And then the minute that I saw the first punch, I'm like, wow, this is definitely not what I expected from an anime called Bento. And I like that even though they all were at each other's throats trying to get these bentos, they all followed a code of honor, and I really respected that. Like, when you grab a bento, it's considered a victory, so when you have a bento in your hand, you cannot touch that person. They won their victory, let them enjoy their victory. I really enjoyed that. It was kind of like this honor amongst thieves, and I really just loved that aspect of this anime. Now let's talk about the characters. For the most part, I enjoyed all the characters. I thought they were all well developed. They had great chemistry with each other, and I really dug the chemistry between Saito and the Ice Witch. Though I wish they could have expanded on it a little more, like a mentor, kind of apprentice kind of thing, but they didn't really go that direction. You didn't really know if they had a love relationship. It's more of like, well, we're friends right now, but they have a connection and you can feel that connection. And I also dug the relationship between Saito and his cousin Shaga, also known as Beauty by the Lake. She always teases and taunts him and beats him at games. They're just so entertaining to watch. And you also got this character by the name of Oshirui. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name, but from how I read it, that's how I pronounce it. But she is like so into yaoi light novels. I mean, so into it. And she even writes her own yaoi light novels and uses Saito as inspiration. And every time she sees like Saito in some type of misunderstanding, she uses that as a catalyst to start writing like, yes, I got ideas. She also has this friend by the name of Umi who's really attached to her and won't let anybody else get close to her. If anyone else got close to her, she would like beat the living crap out of them. And every time like Saito got close or there was a misunderstanding that occurred, she would always blame him and then beat the crap out of him. And then you got a bunch of side characters, but the one that really stood out to me was this girl by the name of Brunette. You never see her face, not once in the anime. And I was like, how does she look? Who is she? All you know is that she has brunette hair and she wears a schoolgirl's outfit. But she was very intriguing. I wanted to know a little more about her. One thing that really complements this anime is the music. Like when they are throwing down, there's like this song that starts playing and it gets you so hyped. You feel like you want to jump in there and just start fighting as well. You're like, I'm so into this. I mean, there were moments in the anime where I was listening to the music and I felt compelled to like jump into the fray and start fighting myself. But I was like, oh, but I'm not in the anime, so I can't even do that. But every time, the music just set the tone of what the action is gonna be like. Fast-paced, gruesome, and awesome. And now to get to some of the problems I have with this anime. The first real problem I have with this anime is I felt like the anime was a bit rushed. And you could say that they were trying to cram as many stories as they could in 12 episodes, and they didn't really have that much time to do so. But I felt like if they executed the stories a little well, you would have had a better paced anime. I mean, they built up these fights, like the boss battles when they were coming, and don't get me wrong, the boss battles were entertaining to watch, but they were building it up and then it happened and it didn't live up to the hype. Like, it lasted for like 30 seconds and then, oh, it's over. Some of the subplots, and this could go back to the anime being rushed, were dropped unexpectedly. Like there was this one character by the name of Wizard. They make him out to be like this big important character, and you only see him twice in the anime. One time when he's fighting, and the other time he disappears, and you're like, what? Where was the build up to his character? Where was the intrigue of his character? I didn't care for his character. I mean, they make him out to be this important, crucial character, but he doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of the anime. His importance lasts as long as maybe 2 episodes, and that's it. And I really wanted to know if the Wizard and Ice Witch actually had a relationship in the past, or actually knew each other, because they had a scene where she kind of felt his presence, sort of say, but then they don't play off of it. They just drop it immediately. And I was like, why? That would have been an interesting story. But yeah, they do that a lot in this anime. Like, they're building this subplot, and you're getting interested. You want them to expand on it, and then they just drop it. And you're like, well, I don't care anymore about that. And my last gripe of this anime, and this could go back to, you know, the anime being rushed again, is the ending to the anime. I felt like it was so rushed, so anticlimactic, and it totally dropped one of the more interesting plots of the anime. Something happened in episode 10 to where a character needed to redeem themselves because of an incident that happened in there, and I thought they were going to play that heavily in the last episode, and I was really excited. I couldn't wait to see it, and instead they give us this tacked on ending with a new character that comes out of nowhere, and you're like, wow. I want to see the final confrontation, the redemption fight. Instead of the redemption fight, I get this fight that I don't even give a damn about. And I was like so pissed, because that was the one fight I really wanted to see. It was the one fight I wanted to see. And it just... In an anime full of intense and awesome action sequences, this was one of the lamest ones. The final one in the series is the lamest of them all, and I was so sad by that. I just really felt that that final battle was so anticlimactic, and you didn't even get to see the final result. You get them like about to fight, and then they cut, and it shows the end of the battle. I'm like, what? Of an anime that shows how the battles always end, they cut away? Come on. So overall, although the anime was extremely rushed, Bento was a really action-packed, fun and entertaining, hilarious anime that'll keep you on the edge of your seat and wanting to see more. And that's why I'm going to give this anime a 4 out of 5 stars. It's definitely worth watching. I say go check it out. If you're into action, you're into comedy, definitely give this one a watch. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? Did you like it? Did you hate it? And let me know, what is your favorite fighting anime? Comment below and let me know. Anyway, I'm the Black Critic Guy, bridging the gap between movies and anime reviews. Till then, peace YouTube.